Mira la cara que tiene. Podrido el pobre. Para que veáis, en el monte todavía quedan.
The way he walk all that. You know he did enough. And then he farted.
Elon Musk on Christmas Day at 6 in the morning begging to go to one of Epstein's parties. I'm sure he got a chance to attend one at some point.
Pull up next to me talking about you almost got shot, be careful. Y'all bugging. I'm on the city bike coming from my game. The cops pull up on me.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up at 7up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos, very smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But today, hey, I was going through YouTube, right? I seen this video from Sack Says. He's part of the collective. And he put a collaboration together with me and him. It was like AI. Bro, I was so entertained. That is so dope. Y'all go check it out. I put the link in the description below so y'all be able to check it out. But shout out to Sack Says. Man, I appreciate you, bro. We're going to really have to do all those things one day. In real life, we're going to really have to kick it one day. But I appreciate you. I love y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. I ain't going to hold you. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Landlocked Bermuda Triangle. So there's this region in Nevada called the Nevada Triangle where people in planes disappear. Guess how many planes have gone missing and or crashed in the Nevada Triangle? 2,000. But this area, this Nevada Triangle, parts of it are the Sierra Nevada mountains, and there's also part of it which is Area 51. But there's this one story in particular, Steve Fawcett. This dude was like this adventurer. He goes flying one day in this Nevada Triangle region, disappears.
Dang.
Never heard from.
No crash site, no nothing?
Nothing. They searched the area tens of hundreds of miles. They just combed it. And then there was one hiker a year later was walking and he stepped on something. It was the Steve Fawcett's ID. And he's like, what? And then a mile or so away from that, there was 2 bones found. And those bones belonged to Steve Fawcett. And then they found the plane. But while they found this plane, they found 8 planes that they never knew disappeared.
How does that happen?
There's a couple of theories. Around Area 51, they do a lot of technical jamming of like coordination, GPS jamming and stuff that would mess with people.
Yeah, maybe if we do a Vegas trip, we're driving.
How does Bermuda Triangle get this huge reputation? And yet we don't hear anything about this.
Maybe because of Amelia Earhart.
Well, some people speculate she also disappeared in the Nevada Triangle.
Instead of the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, I don't know where they get that.
I love their podcast, bro. Clone or something else?
Oh, hey, did you hear about the biolab they found in Las Vegas full of infectious, deadly... And if you're wondering if this happened before, yes, it has. They found one in California, also owned by Chinese nationalists. Nice. Wouldn't it be crazy if authorities say the lab claimed to be selling test kits, but was allegedly reselling counterfeit diagnostic kits from China with no immediate public health threat reported? Yeah, okay. They had a fridge that was just marked. Imagine going to that for a midnight snack. Whoops. They had at least 20 potentially infectious agents identified at the site, including and refrigerator labeled. And yeah, it was, residents owned by Chinese nationalists. That's great. That's great stuff. I smell another pandemic coming. I mean, shit, they're panicking. They're gonna have to do something to keep us from revolting.
Let's pray that don't happen.
Everybody, it's Angel Dust. So here's some of the most heinous things verified to be in the Epstein file so far. Babies being eaten, young girls being forcibly imprisoned, and forced to give birth to Jeffrey Epstein's children as part of a crazy scheme. Victims buried on Trump's golf course. Trump, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, all involved. Elon Musk on Christmas Day at 6 in the morning, begging to go to one of Epstein's parties. I'm sure he got a chance to attend one at some point. If this is what the DOJ is willing to release, and there's millions of more files that haven't been released, just imagine what's not being told. The allegations within these files are some of the most heinous, horrendous things a human being could possibly do. And they are committed by the most powerful and protected people within your society. And I could not give less of a who did or did not do what. They're all in on it. They all knew about it. They were all complicit, regardless of who did what. And they are all protected. There's a sickness, a vile sickness in your country and in your democracy. They are all compromised. That's why nothing works. That's why they're beholden to this one tiny little country. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a good guy. I'm part of the problem. But my family, being a royal family on the European line, and also being a military family, super square, kind of knew about these things and heard about these things over the years, but never had any direct involvement. We're involved in some shit, but not any of that up shit. So there's a tipping point here. There's an opportunity. You cannot give up on this. You cannot give in. Share everything that you see online regarding this matter, and do not accept anything other than full release of the files as dictated by law. Peace, blessings, and shine on.
So do the Freemasons really like have power, stuff like that? I know it's different types of Freemasons too.
Absolutely. Any city or state where you see obelisks, those are Freemason cities.
Washington, D.C.?
Absolutely.
What other cities have obelisks? I think St. Louis has one, no?
Any place you see an obelisk, and their god is Satan.
That's what, never mind.
Yeah, say yeah. Look. Go on, man.
I don't recall.
Bro.
But I can tell you, if somebody told me if I repeat something, that they gonna kill me.
Facts. I got told that same bullshit. So, that's why the truth is stranger than fiction, bro. It's been shit that been taking place. But, I'm just at that moment where I'm getting bro. It is what it is.
Would things like that stop you?
No.
You're going to continue to be a
Absolutely.
killer. Everyone, I think, is waking up right now.
Definitely. Because if I would have started talking like this 5 years back, it wouldn't have hit like this.
But do that mean we really waking up, or is this some, like, how we keep talking about psyops? What if this how we been prepared, like trained to think?
So global consciousness cannot be psyoped because we're all going off how we feel.
There's nobody up on 23? No, they evacuated everybody down. All right, they're probably going to the bus. Thanks. Yeah. Did the side of the building come down? No.
Something fell. What did you see?
It was pretty clear at one point, and then there's a whole bunch of smoke and glass. And I think we're just about the last ones in this building right now. I think you should leave. Everybody else is gone.
Okay.
I'll just make sure that there's nobody else coming downstairs. I hear the top of the building fell down. Fell over on us. I don't know. I haven't seen outside yet.
Have you, when you were in here?
Pardon me?
After the planes landed?
As a matter of
fact, was standing right underneath 6th World Trade when the building actually, the plane hit it the first time.
Describe it.
Yeah, the plane, the engine screaming, and then just an explosion. Glass, then everybody was running around, trying to get away.
Have your name and spell it?
Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T-E.
Sergeant?
No, Secret Service.
Secret Service? How do you want your title?
OST.
OST, thank you.
I want a little bit more context with that video.
I would argue that we are not in a democracy anymore. The Department of Justice is below the people who went to the island. So why would they fire their boss? And I'm kind of sick of people saying, you know, when you have so much power and money, you just find weird, freakish things to do. I think we should look at the fact that they have that power because they are worshiping the God of this world. And they've been doing it since they were in college. Look up the Skull and Bones Society homework, and I'm not afraid to say that. And yeah, anyways, this is my driver. And I'm not posting any of the pictures that I've seen. It's just not worth it. You should look for yourself, though. You shouldn't just sit in ignorance. This stuff is real.
The deepest hole in the world just started to collapse the other day. It's in the middle of nowhere in Washington. I can't give the exact location, but they said it just started collapsing in on itself, as you can see here. And there's two theories. One is it filling up? Like, is it collapsing and it's going to fill up? Others are saying it's just expanding. It's going to get bigger. The circumference and the diameter, both of those are going to get larger as it keeps collapsing in on itself. The crazy thing is the scientific community has never gotten to the bottom of it. They don't know what's down there. They've flown drones. They've disappeared. They've dropped wires and strings with cameras on the end of it. And they don't know how deep it goes, but they know that it's deeper than any other hole on planet Earth, global webs.
I can't ever tell if he being sarcastic or not.
6 art Mandela effects. Number 1, dogs playing poker by Cassius Morales Coolidge. My question is, was there a visor on one of the dogs when they were playing poker? None of us remember a green visor on one of the dogs in this iconic painting, but there are no original paintings with the green visor. Now, there are recreations in pop culture of the green visor, but nobody knows where this green visor came from because it was never in the original painting. Number 2, American Gothic by Grant Wood, 1930. We all remember this painting of a man and a woman on a farm. Now, was that woman his daughter or was that woman his wife? We all remembered or assumed that that was his wife, but that actually was his daughter. Yes, in American Gothic, that is a man with his daughter in front of his farm. Number 3, The Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. My question to you, how many arms does the Vitruvian Man have? 4 or does he have 6? Well, a lot of people remember him having 6. Some were up, some were on the side. But guess what? He only has 4, and he's only had 4. There were never 6 arms in the original painting at all, but never existed in this timeline. Number 4, also by Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa, one of the most famous paintings in the world. Did you notice that she had a black thin hair bonnet on? Yes, in the original painting, in the painting that's always been in this timeline, there is this hair bonnet. A lot of people are saying that was not there before, but in this timeline, it's there. Number 5, Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, also one of the most famous paintings in the world. My question is, there is a large structure in the painting. What is it? Is it a mountain? Is it a tower? Is it a tree? Or is it a castle? A lot of people remember this being a castle or a tower, but it's actually a tree. Yes, it's a tree. It's a large cypress tree. Did that change for you? Do you remember it being a tree? Because I always thought this was a castle. Number 6, The Scream by Edward Munch, 1893. One of the most iconic paintings in the world. But there is a little detail in this timeline that people say that wasn't there before. Can you see it? It's actually this gold bracelet. Yes, there is a gold bracelet in The Scream. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. People do not remember this gold bracelet. Now, he made actually 5 different paintings of this actual painting, but the most famous one has this gold bracelet in it. This is the one we all know, we all study, we all see in the history books, but a lot of people just don't remember that gold bracelet being there, but it was there. It's a...
Just pulled up next to me talking about, you almost got shot, be careful. Y'all bugging. I'm on a city bike coming from my game. The cops pull up on me, the 4 deep in the car, one of them digging into his chest, literally aims at me and talks about, yo, be careful, you almost got shot. Like, what, bro? This the world we live in? Like, this is crazy, bro. I swear this is crazy. Like, this is the type of stuff we go through out here, bro. Like, even if you try to do the right thing, bro, like, that's traumatic for somebody. You get what I'm trying to say? They, you know, this happened before. Like, where they literally profile you and put you in a position where they would expect you to do something if you are what they suspect. Whole time you're a civilian. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, this is actually crazy. Like, it's sad, bro. Wallahi, it's sad.
The Grand Canyon is the real Giza Plateau. Look, this is what we mean when we say meltology. All of this area is desert because there was a motherboard meltdown. The Earth is a grid, a motherboard. It has melted down several times. This is from one of the most recent meltdowns. After Israel was divided within, it imploded and became open for attack. As you can see, all these people are Shemites. Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites are still all from Shem, even though they were supposedly enemies. Like Ashur, who fathered the Assyrians, who were also enemies. So all Israelites are Shemites, but not all Shemites are Israelites. Since they didn't get along, civilization fell apart. Edom is synonymous with Mount Seir. Mount Whitney is Mount Seir in the Sierra Nevadas. Edom is Rome. Edom destroyed the temple, the Israelites dispersed, and order continued to decay. These are melted buildings. Obviously melted buildings. These so-called pueblos are remnants of a melted metropolis. The survivors of the meltdown found refuge in these pockets of survival. Egypt is Mitzrayim. That's where we're getting Mississippi or Mitzori. This is Hamite land that stretched all the way to the Grand Canyon in Sedona or Sidon. Moab is said to be east of the Dead Sea in the Bible. Moab, Utah is east of the Dead Sea. The Moabites are the Moors. Moab's mom was his sister. He was a product of inbreeding. So Edom, which is Rome, took Jerusalem in 70 AD, which is actually 1070. And Rome, or Edom, fell in 476, which is actually 1476. The Spanish were Moorish slaves that revolted. The Spanish slaves took over the Moorish infrastructure in 1492. 48 years later, the Spanish finally reached the canyon. There was enough of a remnant of real aboriginals to hold them off for at least another 200 years, and so we have no history over this period. Nearby in the Pueblo Wars, aboriginals were being killed and shipped into Mexico for slavery. That's where many Afro-Mexicans and Afro-Cubans come from. By this point, most aboriginals are hybridized. It's a post-apocalyptic scenario with many wars. Pale colonists don't penetrate the canyon until 1869. Now 90% of it is off limits, especially the caves and mines, which are just corridors in the now melted metropolis. You can't even fly a drone over most of the canyon. Obviously, we get Kincaid's account in 1909, where he claims to find Egyptian artifacts. And then we get the unoriginal Hittite hybrid tribes placed there as a distraction. I don't think it's a coincidence that the canyon has all these Egyptian names, especially in Haunted Canyon. The whole desert out west is a post-apocalyptic area. I think these nukes were used to destroy something they didn't want people to see, because most of these detonations were done underground and done until 1992. Definitely meltology.
This is where Aaron very likely made the golden calf, right? That's Mount Musa right there. Take a look at this. This is what it's like to be dyslexic, and everybody else is looking at something else. This is what I'm looking at. That's a foot. I don't care how you cut that, and this is a paw of some sort. And to give you an idea, I have no idea what's going on with this thing, but look at the size of it. As far as I'm concerned, that's a foot with clear delineations right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That direction is where we just came from, where there's what appears to be the golden calf. I'm beginning to wonder if this is the smelting place or not. I don't know. That's Moses' mountain with the black head on it. Down there is where it is fenced off.
Energy still stands in the places that once had
Cache, compadre.
civilization.
Atrapamos un trauco. Mira la cara que tiene. Podrido el pobre. Para que veáis, en el monte todavía quedan.
This internet, bro.
Alright, so I was watching it again. Hold on, I'm gonna play it. And you can straight up see the aliens here. Check it out, I'm gonna pause it. Look at this. Look at that. I know it's really hard to see. That's crazy though. I need to reach out to the estate sale people. That's crazy.
This man right here is why I don't trust maintenance people in apartment complexes. What he did was dirty as fool. What this man did in this person's home was a beat-upable offense, if that makes sense. I never understood why they had all the keys to go in somebody's crib, bruh, when somebody not home. This looked like it was dishes in there, even if it wasn't. That's where the dishes go. That's some trifling, dirty ass shit. Look at this video. Look at this trifling shit, bruh. And what kills me is, I know this not this man's first time doing it. He did it so comfortable, bruh. Look at the way he walk all out. You know he did it enough. And then he farted. Oh, hell no. So not only did that man piss in the sink, he let off rocket too. Look at his face. He looked like one of them people that do some shit like that. He looked like he'd be drunk on the job too. This the type of maintenance man that don't get shit done. He come back in your home 3-4 times for the same issue because he never fixed it. They be having a nerve to ask you, you sure you ain't do nothing? Nah, nigga, you ain't fixed it the first time.
This man farted. He let off a, he said he, Zeriak said he let off a rocket, bro. I heard that shit. I said, did he fart, bro? Man, look. That's that shit you wait and you get home, you see it at work or something, you do 100 on the freeway to get home. You know where I mean, y'all know where y'all maintenance man typically be, and you just get on his ass. He wouldn't even see it coming. He wouldn't even know what it's for. Bro, you got all the proof in the world. What's y'all thoughts?
Those did drop. This shit has confirmed a lot of conspiracy theories such as angels, demons. Well, those not conspiracy theories, those more so spiritual beings, but they are actual beings. For the simple fact, it is stated in the Epstein files that Nephilim are real and they are buried. So that means Nephilim in the biblical times, they were like giants. So giants are real. And Nephilim are a hybrid between angels and humans, or demons and humans. You feel me? Let me make sure I got that shit right. Hold up. So I looked it up in the Bible. Nephilims are fallen angels. So shit, they are fallen angels or have hybrids between humans and angels, which made them into giants. But either way it go, giants are alive. I mean, giants are real. Angels are real. Demons are real. Clearly, the government worship them. It's just wild.
This is your son. That's why we drink as much as we drink, and we smoke as much as we smoke, and we pop pills, and we do all these things that are removing us from focusing on the right now moment. That's why we can't sit in silence. We gotta have a TV going in the background when we're trying to get some rest, because we don't really know ourselves. Your soul wants to know you again.
Send this video to all your peoples.
Ever notice there's a church on every block in the South? That's not by accident. No, they didn't build churches to save you. They built them to control you. The Bible was altered in 325 AD by the Roman Empire to create one belief system for easier population control. At the same time, they demonized astrology and called it witchcraft. Why? Because your birth chart is your life map. It shows you your purpose, your gifts, your challenges, and your path. Knowing your personal blueprint helps you move with clarity and for external validation. But they couldn't have that. So they programmed generations to believe you're born sinful, You need saving, don't trust yourself, and the answers are outside of you. The martyr complex was intentional. Religious families in the church belt passed this down for 1,700 years. The education system reinforced it, never teaching you your design. Why? Because the United States corporation can't profit off you being ungovernable. So the same empire that altered scripture also demonized the tools that would give you sovereignty. The question is, are you ready to deprogram? Link in bio.
I like this car. Is this your car? Yes. Well, you know what? I'm buying it. I need it bad. I'm buying it.
You're buying my car?
This is a check.
Wow. Thanks. Oh my God. Wow. Well, just let me get my kids out of the back.
Now, wait a minute. I don't have time for this. You see your kids? Yeah. I'm buying it.
Man, damn, man. Y'all know they say they be throwing the truth in jokes and shit, bro. I with Trump, bro. I with him on a business standpoint, man. I don't with none of that other shit. Before a nigga get in my comments on, man, I don't get no about none of that other shit, man. I don't agree with none of the other shit he doing, man. So if a motherfucker getting this bitch talking about some ice, yeah, I don't condone that. I don't agree with that, nigga. I said I him on some business shit. If he's talking about, nigga, I don't give about none of that other shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You. But damn, man, you out here buying kids, Trump. We need to do another interview with YoungBoy, man. We gotta see if he still want to make America great again and make America slime again, man. What the damn? No, I take shit. I don't get no. Y'all don't get no for real. On some real shit, y'all don't get no, bruh. Next week, niggas gonna be talking about LeBron James and his goddamn wife going through some shit, man, and all type of Stephon Diggs, Cardi B, Offset type shit.
Forget they took Looney Tunes and turned it into Tunes, not TOONS, and act like we didn't know. Never forget that. Never forget they took an E off of Febreze and act like it's never there. I know that there was 2 E's in Febreze. Don't forget it. Don't never forget it's not Oscar Mayer, it's Oscar Mayer. Never forget that. That never happened. Remember, it never happened. Never forget that never happened, because it never happened. Hey, yo, never forget that King Henry VIII never had a chicken leg in his hand when he got that painting. Never forget that never happened, because it never happened. Yo, never forget they took the hyphen out of Kit Kat. Never forget that it was never there. Never forget that we just misremembered it. You'll never forget they took the Z off of Cheez-Its. Remember Cheez-Its and there was a Z the proper way? Never forget that never happened, because it just never happened. Hey, you'll never forget that they took the F off of double stuffed Oreo. It's just stuff misspelled for no reason. Never was there. Never happened. Just forget about that. Forget about it. Never forget they took Sex and the City and turned it to Sex and the City and then act like we would never notice, and it never happened, and it did happen, and we did notice, and it's Sex and the City, and I'll die on that hill.
The clip before this, do y'all think that it was truth in our face, or y'all think it was all jokes? Let me know y'all thoughts. This clip right here, when we see Mandela effects, in my opinion, sometimes I feel like it's them doing it intentionally to see if we gonna go with the flow, or if we gonna take it to the point of Fruit of the Loom and the cornucopia. I also feel like it also could be them playing with time, like CERN, portals, things like that, opening shit up that they can't close, or if you go down one lane, it automatically is gonna change something that they don't have no control over. I don't know. It's just too many Mandela effects. Let's put it like that. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Epstein's satanic ass ate babies that were just born and compared them to cream cheese. You know, I don't really give a shit about this app anymore because we already know who owns it, but just want to let you guys know that.
We can hardly see out here. The last thing you want to do is get stuck out in these dudes in the dark. It'll be completely pitch black. Wait for everyone. Isn't this the same whoop road? No. This is the same whoop road. No. All our tracks are here. It's not. That we came in on? It all looks the same out here. Oh, let's keep going. They all lead. Oh, shit! My fucking drone. Oh, sweet. Thanks. You guys see Trenton? Wait, he was just there with us at the start of the trail. Who was in the back? Were you looking out for him?
I didn't see him. Yeah, I remember looking back and
he probably just took a different way. I don't hear his bike though. It's kind of weird. He'll probably just be at the truck once we get there. Keep going. Oh, it's getting dark. What? Trenton!
What?
Where the hell were you?
I was right behind you the whole time. Where'd everybody go?
They were literally right behind me. You didn't take a different route? We literally stopped and waited for you. You guys are f***ing with me, aren't you?
No.
Well, you go ahead then.
Well, I can.
Yeah, you go. I'll follow you. What the f***? It's getting so fucking dark out. Dude, he's hauling ass! What the hell? He's leaving me. I can't even see it. Dude.
You're at like 30 minutes.
You guys are f***ing with me.
No, not at all, actually.
Where the hell did you guys go? I found Trenton. Where is Trenton?
I don't know. Where'd you go? He's with you. You're gone. You're the only person that we've seen for literally the last 30 minutes. Yeah, we haven't even heard any bikes other than yours come by.
We gotta get search and rescue out here. My phone's dead.
Is this true, or were they playing?
Weird spooky story time, and somehow 45 minutes ended up being 4 hours. About 2 years ago, me and 2 of my roommates went hiking in the redwoods. It was a trail we'd done before, just a short loop that usually takes 45 minutes. Halfway through, we sat on a log, drank water, and talked. It felt like maybe 20 minutes tops before we got up again. When we got back to the parking lot, the sun was way lower than it should have been. We got to the trail at like 1 o'clock. I checked my phone and 4 hours had passed. The lot was completely empty now. Every car gone except ours. When we got home, our roommates were pissed because they'd been trying to call us all afternoon. They showed us their phones, and every time they called, it would fail, or instead of ringing, it went to some weird automated message saying our numbers were out of service. It didn't even hit our voicemail. We all had the same memory, sitting on that log talking, then finishing the loop. No lost time in our heads, but somehow hours were gone. We are still so freaked out about it and can't explain it. If you read this, maybe someone else has had this happen to them before or has heard of this, because this is the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. I love these time lost ones because there are so many theories that can go behind it. And I've read stories like this on Reddit. I've heard other ones on TikTok. I think I may have gotten a couple of them earlier this year. But what did happen? Was there like an alien abduction? Did you walk into some type of time loop? Were you stuck in time for some amount of time? Especially because it's like your phones weren't going to voicemail. So it's like, even if you were like, let's say abducted, your phones would go to voicemail, wouldn't they? Like your phone number would still be in existence, but their phone was going to some, and it wasn't just one, it was like all 3 of them, their phones were just failing, or their friends were getting messages saying that the phone number doesn't exist, which to me is like some weird time loop thing. I don't know. These ones are so good. Let me know in the comments if something like this has ever happened to you, or send me your story.
Wait, so this was stepping on shit before they even felt safe internally. They were stepping on shit in survival mode when their survival chakra wasn't even balanced. Ooh, that's a bad mother there, boy. Cause you've been doing this shit without even feeling safe yourself. You've been stepping on the opposition without your nervous system being balanced, without you being secure in your own frequency. So what the is gonna happen now that you're safe? I'm scared. You've stepped out of the frequencies of survival. You are no longer perceiving things through the energies of your root chakra. You are commanding your nervous system to be safe and forcing your body to elevate its energies and not exist in these root energies of lust, of survival, of financial independence. You are tapping in to your higher energies so that now you can actually protect with the conscious mind of your higher self. I'm making 7 of these videos. So if this video found you, congratulations. You just ascended your being to the next frequency.
Save this video right now and share it to your story, because your root energies are no longer dictating how you perceive this shit no more.
NLE Chopper and Blueface is past boxing, past fighting for what this man just said about his child.
Blueface, I'm gonna decline your offer with a way better proposition for you. Take your son and stand him beside my son, and let's see which one of them motherfuckers know how to operate. Hold your son beside my son, let's see which one of them can hold their head up, nigga. Her son beside my son, let's see them bark, nigga. Let's see them slap box, nigga. Huh? Put your son beside my son, let's see who can hold their fingers up to their nose, nigga. What about that? Yeah, Charles Barkley, put your hand up, nigga. Take a step, Charles. Your priority, go worry about little cripple, nigga.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's up to bring the kids in it. How y'all feel about that? Could have said everything else, but just not bring the kids in it. I feel like that's crossing the line, and if somebody get hurt, it's because of that situation. I just feel like we gotta do better, bro. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments.
He need to be safe when he bring his ass back to California. That's all I'ma say. California with rappers, bro, it don't end well. It don't end well. And I think a lot of it be because like they come here and they looking around at everything. Oh, the clear skies. Oh, y'all got the green. Oh, all the women. Oh, it's a fast life. It looks so beautiful. The palm trees. And then some shit happens. Because like we're used to this environment. And chaos happens in paradise, I like to say. It looks like paradise. Great weather, great everything, like I said. But it get chaotic out the blue. Because we're used to it looking like this. Other people, y'all not used to it looking where y'all from, how it looks in California. So when y'all get here, y'all so like amazed by what y'all seeing and the lifestyle and all that, to the point where it's almost like some people be stuck in a daze. And yeah, that's when the shit happens, when they're not paying attention, and especially with rappers. And that's, yeah, that's how I see it. So he just need to be careful. Y'all think he wrong for bringing it up? Like, if y'all know about the whole kid situation, I ain't gonna talk about it, but if y'all know about it, y'all know about it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not for me to speak on. But do y'all think he was wrong? I don't think he should have brought the kids in. Me personally, you a grown man, he a grown man, y'all handle that shit on some grown man shit. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Where in your body do you feel this sound? This is 432 hertz, golden ratio. It raises your frequency, can speed up manifestation, heal body, mind, and emotion, so much more. The reason it's so powerful is because it's built on the math of nature itself. Since I started listening to these a whole lot and my life has changed, went from broke and living out of my car, single and sad and alone, unhealthy, and even had a large growth on my face that just fell off. I'm now with my dream romantic partner, and I get to live in beautiful places like this. Now there's a group of over 10,000 people all using these and having similar results. So if you want the full version for yourself, just comment golden.
When are people going to realize that what's been released in the e-files is not liberal versus conservative, it's not right versus left, it is literally alien versus human? And everybody who's saying that, like, oh, all the information that's in there is too far-fetched, SA, all this crazy shit that's been happening with children, no, that shit is real. What do you think aliens feed off of? The negative ones, at least. And take it from somebody who knows, who's had experience with these things. Look at my eyes. Do you think that I'm lying? Take it from somebody who knows and understands that, yes, there is so much darkness that humans cannot even understand exists. But on the flip side, there's a lot of light in this world as well. And so all of this darkness is finally being brought into light. Stop falling into the illusion of us versus them mentality. Even aliens versus humans, we're all still one. Okay, we all come from source. We're all here for experience, but it's not left versus right. It's not liberal versus conservative. Everybody, like, wake up.
All right, explain to me the weird world we live in with our food and where it comes from. So right here, I'm in Florida. It's my feed station. It's been here for 5 years. Taking a lot of deer off of it. A lot of critters. There's my stand down there. Call that the guard tower. The church brought the fire station a bunch of fruits and vegetables and bread and stuff. And I noticed we had like literally cases of it. Now we're going to throw it away. I put this out 3 days ago. Got my camera right there. 3 days ago. There's tracks all back here. I just filled the corn up again. They came to eat here, whatever. In what world do wild animals not eat grapes and apples? Especially deer. Hogs, wild hogs. We have a ton of wild hogs here. Got pictures of them. They haven't touched it. That is strange to me. Not even a bird has eaten any of this. Nothing. That's what you're putting in your body, folks. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
Shit don't make sense. We see this so often.
The noise is happening again, guys. And look. You don't even understand how many birds. It's absolutely insane. Just keep coming and coming. The dogs outside were howling. It's really loud, high-pitched. I mean, it's so loud you can hardly hear it. Maybe if you turn your video up, you can hear it. But they just keep coming. They just keep howling. And the birds keep getting bothered. Look, here comes more. Like, what in the ever-loving... And then they're telling people a drone fell out of the sky in New Jersey here and that you should call the police because the bomb squad needs to come. I'm sorry. If one of them things falls onto my land, I'm going to be getting pictures and video and everything before I call anybody because that is ridiculous. Like, something's going on. Drones falling out of the sky. There's a high-pitched ass noise here. I lost a chicken last night. Died randomly. I tried saving her. I mean, and now the dogs were howling. It woke me up. I was supposed to be sleeping for work. And the birds are just... Something bothered them. And it'll get a real high-pitched noise again. And then they'll all pick up. Look, here comes more. More birds. Oh, wow. So insane. So insane. I don't know, guys. I don't know anymore.
What I am about to say is for entertainment purposes only. You can consider this a work of fiction and a book review. Ever since me and my sister started going through these documents, something at the back of my mind kept gnawing and chewing, telling me that this is not an isolated event, that it's not even a current event, that this has been happening since the beginning. I took a break from looking through these specific documents to start looking through historical documents to see if I can match anything. And there are matches. So it seems as though this goes all the way back to the 17th century, since before America even had an official name. In England, there was something called poor laws, and there was a specific act called spiriting that was very common practice. And we're not talking about a couple dozen, we're talking about thousands. This started in 1618. We didn't become an established nation until 1776, so it was over 100 years. Please keep in mind, this happened after Roanoke failed and after Jamestown started to suffer. The entire reason why Jamestown was deemed successful is because they sent over thousands of poor children to work. And keep in mind, this is completely separate than the slave trade, and it never stopped. Now, going back to the Great Experiment, I think this has been the experiment the entire time, and for over 200.
This lady said in her dream, and she thinks it wasn't even a dream, that the thing that was sleeping next to her was taking shape and taking form of her husband. This woman and her husband went to the Appalachian Mountains for a VRBO trip, Verbo, and they got there Saturday and left Sunday morning at 6 a.m. in their pajamas. When they got there, first of all, before they got there, they were feeling all right. When they got there, they got sick. She started having burning of the eyes and he had a headache. Then they decided to go to the store to get some Claritin. They thought it was allergies. Maybe there was something in the house. They also got a lint roller because they saw animal fur on the furniture. Got back to the house. Well, first of all, when they got to the store, they felt better. Got back to the house, they felt sick again. So ordered pizza, whatever. They went to bed. This woman said when she went to bed, she didn't even think it was a dream. She saw something laying next to her in her husband's spot that looked like it was decomposing. Eyes sunken in, face decomposing, but it slowly started to take shape of the form of her husband. And then what's crazy is her husband had the same exact dream that she had. So she gets up out her sleep, goes to the bathroom like 2 or 3 in the morning. Husband's laying there pretending like he's asleep because he's just trying to ignore what the hell's going on. And he ends up feeling something cold touch his foot, like somebody took their hand and pushed his foot. He thought it was her, but it couldn't have been her because she was in the bathroom. So when she came out, he was like, let's pray. We need to pray at this point because something's not right. And she was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let's pray. So they prayed. Nothing happened. In fact, she said it just felt like they couldn't even breathe. She said it felt like they couldn't breathe. So long story short, they started hearing something that sounded like it was running around the Verbo. I think it's called Verbo. At that point, they were like, nope, we're not taking no showers. We're not getting no breakfast. We going home. We going home. I love them Appalachia videos. I love them. I'm going to find them every time. Rub my feet together and watch me a good one tonight.
There's a new movie I saw. I'm not sure if it's new, but I did see a movie. All I know is there's a couple, they're in this house. They start to they meet, I didn't see the beginning, I seen the endings. They meet a couple, they meet a couple in a cave. The cave makes them sick or something. The couple their skins start attaching. Like they become one. Shit's crazy. That's what it remind me of. I ain't gonna tell you the rest of the whole story or the movie. Y'all go check it out. I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of weird, but it reminds me of that.
Stephen Greer, this is huge. How you doing, Mr. Greer? I'm a big fan of your work, man. Thank you so much for all that you do. To break it down, what do you want people to know? Like in just a really short form, what did we need to know?
Well, we're not alone. Only about 10-20% of the objects seen are non-human. The rest are ours, from Lockheed Skunk Works, Northrop, Raytheon. Most of the information on the subject is false, but at the center of it is some amazing information and the technologies that if we could get them out would end, poverty, pollution, all that in 15 to 20 years. So, it's a great consequence. This is why it's so secret. I told Lawrence Rockefeller back in the early 90s, I said, it isn't secret because it's trivial. It's secret because the implications of it are so profound that it would alter everything on the planet when it comes out.
Yeah.
And that's what they're fighting. They don't want that change to happen. And that's why for 70 years they've kept it.
Would it impact religion?
Oh, sure. Yeah. And that's another whole center of power and secrecy is that it would upend, I've been to the Vatican and other places. I think it would upend people who believe the earth is 6,000 years old and we rode dinosaurs back, then and stuff. But I think for most reasonable spiritual and religious people, I don't think they have a problem.
Gotcha.
If it's explained properly. Now, the big problem is you have people going around telling people like Tucker Carlson and the vice president and other people that these are agents of Satan and demons and they're mixing up things from other dimensions with things from other star systems. It's all this confused messaging that is done very deliberately.
So are they among us? And are they in positions in the government?
No.
They're not?
No. All the mythologies are wrong.
Really? So what is our...
I call them all the UFO mythologies. It's like literally over 90% of everything out there.
Wow.
I have one of my whistleblowers actually picking me up who's a former Marine guy. He's embedded with my Special Forces guys.
Yeah.
So we have a great team of Special Forces guys that are left the military and working with me, and we're getting a lot of this down to where, we can't put it out on the internet, but it's being handed over to law enforcement and national security people, and there are criminal investigations underway about it. So.
Wow. So, are we getting closer? It does feel like we're closer to a full disclosure. And if
it'll be a fake disclosure first, probably.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your work. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. Nice to meet you.
Who believe him? Who doesn't? And I'm asking because if some of them people who went to that island isn't a lizard person or a green person or, damn it, we just gonna say it, a reptilian. Why was they eating kids though? That's some reptilian shit. So that contradicts itself. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. This shit is like, I've been hearing a lot of shit and I be trying not to speak on it, but I know some people love Stephen Greer, some people hate him. What's y'all thoughts on what he just had to say? I think he had a lot of gems in that, but it was some things I feel like he misled us. I could be wrong.
Where's my mic? Give me my hat. Give me my hat. Listen up. I live in California. I live in California. I live in California, the most expensive state in, I don't know, the universe. Now you're telling me California wants to start taxing us mileage on what we drive yearly. You're telling me you're already, February 1st, I don't know if you guys already know, the law's already changed. Wait a minute. Let's start off with this one. If you don't have a proof of insurance immediately as you're getting pulled over and you cannot pull it up on your phone, you will get a citation for it. You will get a ticket, okay? That's number one that's gone in effect February 1st. Now, a second one is that if you don't start using your damn turn signals on the freeway, that is now a ticket. Whether you're in the parking lot, a drive-through, a plaza, whatever you want to call it, you will get a ticket, okay? And the big number 3 that I was just talking about in the beginning of this video is they will start charging you 2 to 9 cents per mile that you drive in these California shitty roads. You're telling me you want to take do you want to take my tax dollars to drive on these piece of shit roads that have potholes, and you want me to pay you more money, California? What the f? You guys agree with this shit?
The turn signals, I thought that always was a damn law.
I didn't even finish this creator's video because I had to stop. Apparently, that phenomena that you see, have you guys ever, oh my god, remote viewing is the same thing as when that happens that you see with your eyes closed. Does that not happen to anyone else when you're sleeping at night and you wake up but you're not awake and you're looking through the room and then you do wake up and you open your eyes and you're like, how was I just looking at everything? Okay, my mind is blown, that's all.
I was a publicist for the Montel Williams show back in the 90s. So let me tell you about the days when Sylvia Browne was on the show. Okay, the thing about Sylvia Browne is that she was one of the only recurring guests for the Montel Williams show, because if you know talk shows of the back in the day, they had people on who were basically in the news at that moment. They had something to promote, or they were in the news for something scandalous, or was like a generic, like, who's the baby daddy type of show. So Sylvia was one of the only recurring guests that the show ever had. And on those days, we would be hyped for Sylvia to come on because we knew it was going to be a good show. And Montel loved the Sylvia Browne shows because he didn't have to interview anyone. He could just sit there with her and kind of just like deal with the audience. So they were big shows for us. And when I say us, it's the people who were in the control room during the shooting of the show. So as the publicist of the Montel Williams show, I would always be in the control room with his then wife, Gracie, his security, Marty, me, and his producer, Mary. So we would all be there watching the show on a monitor. And on the breaks, he would come back and like get his little makeup touched up, and we could like comment and be like, Montel, somebody here said something and you should ask them that, or whatever. So we liked it because it was like a time for us to just kind of chill out and watch the audience do all the work. So anyway, people have been asking me if Montel believed that Sylvia Browne was real or if he thought she was a scam but just wanted to have her on for ratings. One thing about Montel is he has integrity. He's a former Navy SEAL. He might be cocky or whatever, but he's not a scammy guy. He would have never had her on if he thought she was a phony. There's tons of things he could have done for ratings, and having a phony psychic wouldn't have been it. So he believed Sylvia for sure. So the other thing about Sylvia Browne shows is that for me as the publicist, they weren't necessarily big shows that I focused on because I couldn't get press on a psychic medium being on a talk show. They weren't going to cover that. I would get press on things like, again, something that somebody who was in the news, like Tanya Harding's mom or John Wayne Bobbitt, whose wife cut off his you-know-what. So we would just have fun on those shows. those were just fun days to let the audience like do their thing. We would pre-promote the show so that we would get audience members who actually had questions for her, who wanted to connect with somebody who had passed on. But basically the shows for us were just as much fun as they were for people watching it.
I'm gonna say this So I know a lot of people have their own thoughts about Sylvia Brown. I seen the comments. Some people say she's phony. Some people said she gave y'all wrong information. Well, I'm gonna say the only wrong information she gave to my grandmother about my life is that I was gonna be married at a young age. That's the only thing she got wrong. That's it. That's it. She got every other thing right. Even from what we done built here on this channel with the collective. She got that right. So, I know how y'all feel about her. How wrong, I mean, if we all love what we done built, she didn't get that wrong. She got other shit right too. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. I had to speak on it. I've seen it. I respect it. If she's, you know, if she gave you wrong information, gave you some bullshit, even with the people we done watched, man, I feel for you. But I have to say, you know, I can't agree with that on my end. On my end, it was something different. So I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man.
In the plainest way possible. When over 1 million pages has released and nothing fundamental has changed, the story is not stalling. It's not. It's completed. Because systems don't respond to volume, they respond to threat. And what this proved unmistakably is that disclosure itself is not a threat. So I'm going to show you what's actually happening when files like this drop. The system is not asking, is this true? It's asking, does this interrupt continuity? And when the answer is no, the response is automatic. Slow it down. Spread it out. Turn it into a process. Let attention fragment. Let time finish the job, because time is the best solvent there is. And that's not a choice. It's how large systems preserve themselves. So every new batch is not reopening a story. Not at all. It's reaffirming the outcome. Every release answers the same question again and again recursively. How much can be revealed without forcing any redesign? And the answer keeps coming back the exact same. Every single batch. And that's the uncomfortable part that people don't want to get to on the news. Because what we're watching is not a reckoning, it's instruction. Right? It's instruction. Not instruction in committing harm, but instruction in how to remain survivable inside the system. It says you don't need secrecy, you need dispersion. That's what the files say. It says you don't need silence, you need time. That's all they say. It says you don't need innocence, you need to avoid becoming a low-bearing point. And most of all, it says as long as continuity holds, everything else is negotiable. I just read to you everything that the file said right there. And that's why absence matters more than the pages. Over 1 million pages. I want you to really sit with that. No structural response. Nothing. No line drawn. No irreversible rule. No moment where the system said this stops now. That absence is not confusion. That's the signal right there. They just responded to you. That is the systemic response. The silence you're hearing right now. Because systems teach through repetition. And the lesson being taught here is simple. Nothing about this itself requires change. That is the lesson of the Epstein files. The whole thing right here. And that's why the story feels flat. And that's why outrage doesn't even accumulate into anything. And each release feels smaller than the last. And why the response is always procedural instead of decisive. Because the calculation already ran. It's already done. The result was already acceptable. So when people ask, why release anything if nothing follows? The answer is because releasing without design stabilizes the system. I'm going to tell you why they did it again. When somebody asks you, why release anything if nothing follows? The answer is because releasing without redesign stabilizes the system. It vents the pressure. It proves resilience. It demonstrates absorbability. It is not exposure failing. That is not exposure failing. It's exposure being used. And you got to know when exposure is being used. And once that's demonstrated, the story is literally over. Not morally. I'm talking about structurally, it is over. Because from that point on, nobody is guessing. They're just watching precedent. That's all it is. They're learning what triggers charge, what triggers change, and which ones doesn't. And this one didn't do anything. Nothing. So, I don't want any more files. I don't want another batch at all. I don't want to even see another release that teaches the same lesson again to the perpetrators and the victims. We just need the Epstein Act. We need it. We need it today. I'm just being honest with you. Because until something forces a redesign, every page you drop is not justice to anyone. It's instruction on how to survive here. That is exactly what the Epstein files are showing people, are showing the rich right now. Instructions on how to survive here. And the moment that nothing happened, everything important already did.
Okay, they call the name Papa Legba. I have no idea. All I know is this right here. I know what I've seen. I know as a kid the things that I've seen, and it really bothered me. It bothered me because I couldn't talk to anybody. My family knew that I could see things. But to them, that was just general common. That was just common to them. Listen, let me go back to Papa Legba, it's the way y'all call it. Number one, they say that the crossroad of what Robert Johnson, you can Google it, If I show you my birth certificate, you'll see whose name is on there. But we're not going to go there. Robert Johnson, they say he went to the crossroad and he sold his soul. Now, there was a place when I was coming up, people used to come to our house. We had a juke joint. They would come to our house and they would buy stuff from the juke joint. And they would play the guitar. It was a whole bunch of cars used to be out in, and we had an old shotgun house. Everybody knew Big Six and Ollie Mae and Inverness. Okay? Me and my dad going out to we had a little trot line set out in a little lake. It was called Lake Dawsey. Okay? Anybody from around Inverness, Illinois, or Morehead should know about Lake Dawsey. It was an old raggedy bridge that you go across. We would go at night. We would set the trot lines. The trot lines was just a line with little hooks hanging down on other lines to catch catfish. We would bring those catfish. We would take them home. I would skin them, and then we would fry them up, and that's what we would make money on the weekend when the people are there buying what they was buying, playing the guitar and juking. Okay? Coming from the Lake Dawson one day. Now, my dad had a reputation that he would always speak to anybody. Kids used to get left by the school bus. My dad would take them home. I knew my dad would take them home. He was like that. That was where my dad was. As we leaving Lake Dawson with the fish in the back of the truck, my dad would get to the crossroad. Well, I'm calling it the crossroad because that's what it was. Fields on all four corners. It was just a light pole back there, but nothing. You could see for miles. There was a man standing up there, coming up to that crossroad on the inside road. He was standing up on that road. He had on a black suit. Now, I told this story before, but I'm getting to a point. He had on a black suit, which was odd on the Wednesday. It was through the week. That's what stood out. Because people, they working. They're not. Anyway, he had his guitar on his back on the Wednesday. So as he was pulling it, as my dad was pulling it, my dad didn't even look like he normally do. Hello, how you doing? Where you going? No, my dad kept driving. He kept his head straight. He didn't say a word. He just kept looking straight. Now, he pulling up to the man, and I'm looking at the man. My dad would say, don't look at him. Then never did take his eye off the road. My dad took that right to go back toward Inverness. Well, you know how kids are. I had to look again. That man was not there. Now, I heard stories about, they say, well, you go there and you wait for Papa Legba, and there's a place outside of Clarksdale. That might have been a place too. I don't know. But I know Clarksdale is around a lot of places where you got to spend money. They got stores, they got hotels, they got bars and stuff like that. The original crossroad, the one I know about, that's not it. Original one is outside Inverness, and I still know how to get there. Talk to my brother. Do you remember? Yeah, I remember. Now, that's one. When y'all see something, you see it. And I'm going to tell you something. Some people have said, Willie, what you got is a blessing and a curse. Myself, I've accepted. This is what I see. This is what it is. And I'm not trying to cover nothing up. I heard a young man talking about an angel. I saw one. I was so mad with God, I was just fussing at God. I was fussing at God because I'm like, Lord, I'm still doing bad stuff and you still using me. He was using me left and right. Everything God showed me was right. And I was getting madder and madder because, number one, I was doing some of everything. I didn't want to, Lord, not me. Get somebody else. I was on the back porch and I was just talking. My mom, she's a minister, and she was in the kitchen cooking. She said, so you're giving up on God now? You're mad with God now, ain't you? I said, Mom, I'm tired of this now. That's all I said. Later on, a friend of mine came by from church. We walking to the store. I done told this story many times, and I'm going to keep on telling it. This man appeared out of nowhere. Y'all, I'm not talking about he's got a building. No, I'm talking about there's nothing around us. Nothing behind us, nothing around us, nothing in front of us. It was right at a cross where you cross over and go across the street. Nothing there. This man appeared just like that, out of nowhere. And when he appeared, he was standing not even 2 feet from me. He was standing on my side, directly in front of me. My friend was standing on the other side, right beside me. When this man started opening his mouth talking, I'm still looking at him, but his face, you ever seen somebody's face look like it's kind of, it don't have no oil, it's kind of, kind of dull, like no oil, hair. I can't remember his hair, but I remember him talking. I remember his skin. I remember the suit he had on. Well, I remember the coat he had on and the pants he had on was like something like, it was old stuff. It was like, just like an old pastor or something. Women just be looking, they wouldn't have no, they wouldn't want to talk to him because he's not looking the part. That's who appeared in front of us. When that man appeared, that man said, you are a chosen generation. I'm going to keep saying it. He said, you are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people. You are to show forth the praise of him who had called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. When that man spoke those words, it was so I was enveloped. Mike was too, my friend that was next to me. He couldn't stop moving. It was so much of power in that man's words. I only turned away for maybe 2 seconds. It's to look at Mike like that and look back. When I did this here and looked back, that man, when I turned and looked at Mike, Mike's face turned and looked at me. And we turned back, that man was gone. That man was gone. But I remember, when I was on the back porch hollering and talking to God and mad with him, I said, Lord, if this is what you're showing me, I need somebody with me as a witness. So I know that I'm not losing my mind. That's exactly what I said. So as he gone, and I'm looking for him, Mike looking for him, God stopped me in my tracks. He said, Willie, you said you want to have somebody with you next time you, when he said that, I did this. Like, oh my God. Now I'm trying to catch Mike. Because Mike is running around trying to, and I finally got some Mike. Mike, that was an angel. That was an angel, Mike. Stay tuned for part 2.
Okay, hold on a second. Did you not hear of the woman who followed 1,000 dogs and cats throughout their whole lives? She was a veterinarian, and so she kept tabs on them. And she studied 1,000 dogs and cats that went to every single well visit, and the 1,000 dogs and cats that were like just on the farm and not going to a vet ever. And she expected that the life expectancy of the dogs that went to the vet all the time would be like higher, right? All different breeds. Her findings were that of the opposite. She thought she got something mixed up, like what's going on here? How is this the case? But the dogs and cats that went to the vet the most often had the shortest lifespans. I mean, why? Why would that be? Speaking of pets, pet food. You know that there's a famous saying, dogs and cats can survive on kibble, but they will never thrive on kibble. They're not supposed to eat kibble, dried up, curly, frickin' freeze-dried frickin' sawdust. Like, they need raw meat. Did you hear about, what was it, Schrodinger's cats? There's a 1950s, the guy studied a bunch of cats. Let's talk about animals for a second, because your pet, a cat is supposed to be your spiritual protector, and a dog is supposed to be your physical protector. So he studied these cats, and he fed 3 different groups of cats. This was a long study, over like 30 years, I think. And so he fed 3 different groups of cats, 3 different food types. The one group got full raw diet, 100% raw. The other group got half raw, half cooked. And the third one got all cooked and like condensed milk. So the one cat's got like raw milk, then it was condensed milk, and then anyway. The cats with the processed and cooked diet, within a couple generations, became less agile. They couldn't climb trees. They were more lethargic. They had slower reaction times, and their jaws and shit were growing all different. Like, it showed degeneration. Whereas the cats on the raw diet were as healthy as a friggin' ox, and their genes were going strong, and the males had high testosterone or optimal testosterone. So, are we feeding our animals the wrong things? I bet if you're watching this, you're probably giving your animal raw stuff, right? Like, you don't just give them the bag of friggin' Iams. These guys got exposed. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Let me know what you feed your pets in the comments below, and follow for more.
Shit, they feed us the wrong shit. Why wouldn't they feed our animals that?
Conspiracy theorists aren't looking too bad right now, are they? I wish I was making all this shit up about the kids. You think I wanted to just invent some type of concept to just get attention? It's real. It was always real, and it's been around longer than you and I have been alive. Isn't that fucking terrifying? Well, the jig's up, so I hope you're ready. Because there are still people who are going to deny the existence of the weird, dark, evil stuff. They're still going to be like, no, that's not the world we live in. That's not the world I want to live in. Well, you do. Sucks to suck.
And those people are just damn near as evil as...
the FBI is now involved. So a few days ago, I posted a video talking about the group chat of Swifties that were threatening to take Billy's life simply because she was speaking out about our current administration. If you have not seen that video, go back to my profile page and go watch that video and then come back to this one. Well, since I posted that video, somebody saw it and reached out to me on TikTok, and they called the police. They called the FBI, baby. And pretty much they explained to me in my DM that they told the FBI everything that was going on. They told them about how they were threatening Billy's life. And they asked me if I had any information to identify the people that were in the group chat. Now, like I said before in my previous video, any form of cyber stalking, cyber harassing, and cyberbullying and threatening someone's life are all cyber crimes that fall under threatening communications to where criminal charges can be filed. So, of course, I want to protect Billy and protect Phineas, so I sent all the screenshots of every single person that was involved in that group chat threatening Billy's life, along with the screenshots of the actual messages, too. Because, baby, I don't play about Phineas Quantavious O'Connell or Billy Latavia Quatavia Eilish O'Connell either, and ain't never played. So the popo's gonna be knocking at your door. They're coming.
I wish she went this hard for the missing kids. I wish she went this hard. No, I'm just gonna leave it at that. What's y'all thoughts, man? Let me know.
Another glitch in the Matrix. Copy and pasted as clouds that look like tidal waves out this mother. What is that shit? That's normal. That's regular degler. You know for damn sure that shit ain't normal. You ain't never seen no shit like that. But there it go, right in front of your mother face. Bullshit. I'm tired of this simulation. Y'all need to update this mother and make it better. It's bullshit. I know every people who play Sims make they shit better, don't it? Y'all do this shit for us right now. How about y'all copy and paste a shit ton of money for a the clouds? Bring some money, some gold out this some that cloud shit, dog. Damn. The Matrix out this copying and pasting the wrong shit. Y'all simulating the wrong shit. Simulate some good shit. These clouds, dog. What the is this bullshit? Simulate everything but some shit a mother actually need, or some shit that's actually good for a mother. Come on with this bullshit, dog. Damn.
Know that everyone's ready for. Here is the center of a tree that's being chopped down somewhere in the United States that's gushing water. And you may be thinking, oh, it's probably on like a water main, or maybe it's on like some type of spring. But hold on a second. I present you this flat top mountain, which is constantly gushing water, despite there being no lakes on top of it or rivers nearly at all. And it doesn't always rain there either, but these are constantly flowing. Like Angel Falls in Venezuela, it never stops flowing, and it's coming off the top of a plateau, flat-topped mountain. The question you must ask yourself, and literally think about this logically for a second, how did the tops of certain mountains become completely flat? Like, really, how? The wind? You think erosion did that? Now, an alternative theory some people are wondering is their eerie resemblance to gigantic tree stumps. I know. And isn't it what they said, that back in the day, the trees don't quite know what really happened long ago? Was this Earth before the flood, like in Avatar? Now, just for scale, Devil's Tower, I'm going to zoom out here in a second. You're going to see whereabouts this thing is. It's in Wyoming. And it's a funny spot, because when you zoom in on it, and then I go to 3D, you're going to see the true, or at least get an idea of how freaking gigantic this thing is, man. And I'm talking, this actually lets you zoom in quite close to it. Like, it's flat up top, and it has the hexagonal columns. They call them basalt columns. They're all over the world, those columns of hexagons. And that only really exists in nature in plants. I'm just saying, like, all these ancient folklores about giant trees reaching the heavens and giants, is it all just a willy-nilly thing? Or were they telling kind of the truth of what the Sandbam things were like back then? And this thing, this is in Lake Powell. You telling me what? Erosion? The wind blew it flat? You got to use your head here, because your eyes are telling you something, but your mind is telling you something else, because you believe the official story of history. And what do they say about history? It's his story. The winner writes the story, man. Are we being deceived? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow for more.
I'm not gonna lie, Devil's Tower does look like it's a tree stump. What's y'all thoughts though? Let me know. Spam it up below. I hope y'all enjoyed today's rollout. I hope y'all love today's videos. If you sent me some of these today, I appreciate you for that. Thank you. I ain't gonna hold you. I know y'all hate this part of the video. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Till I see everybody in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account, sheesh, at the amount.